So one day I was going through Tracklib and I came across a sample called Love Me or Leave Me by Band of Thieves. And I knew right away it was exactly what Pacemaker had hit me up and was looking for, so I pulled it into Ableton, and that's how we came up with Pay Up.
In Nashville with chapline, beating beats to they flatline. Drum swing like the back nine, chucking deuces like Matt Ryan. If you wanted some laugh lines, you came in at a bad time.
So the first thing that I did with this sample was I pulled it into Tracklib and I cleaned up this little loop right here, and I pitched it up 2 semitones to make this intro section right here. So after I pulled in those intro chops, I assigned the chops to the Ableton push right here, and I came up with these main chops that you hear throughout the beat, and I used these pads to come up with the pattern. And now here's what it sounds like all the way through. Once I added those sample chops, I used this kick and this rim, and I came up with this kick and rim pattern right here. Once we had the kick and rim in there, I knew I needed to add some sort of live hat and live percussion to it. So I added this hi-hat loop first. And then I added this percussion loop underneath of it. So here's what all those drums sound like. And right away that just adds a huge bounce to the beat, and it feels like live, but the drums feel crisp enough where it has a little bit of a modern feel, and that's definitely what Logan hit me up and was going for. So I think we pulled it off with these drums. So after I put down those drums, I knew it needed some sort of like tom fill and crash just to give it more of that live kit feel. So I added these crashes first. And then after that, I went ahead and added this tom fill at the end of the loop, because any beat like this, it definitely needs some sort of big tom fill. So I used the studio drummer again and I added this little fill. So when you hear it right there, it sounds a little bit digital, but in the context of the beat, it sounds live. It has the feeling that it needs, so it worked for this one. So after that, we needed a thick bass line, so I pulled up this little bass preset right here. And I came up with this bass line that plays throughout the beat. So after we had this big, bright, full anthemic section, I knew that we needed one other section that kind of brought the beat down. A lot of hip hop songs have this. So later on in the beat, I filtered the sample. So here's what that sounds like. Gives you that classic underwater feel. And then after that, I added these piano chords.
So at the time, I'm a producer myself and I was taking a lot of studio clients. But when it comes to making your own music, I get kind of uninspired. I feel like my creative juices were drained. And so I just took to the internet and to a Facebook group called Young Entertainment Professionals Nashville. And Chapline was one of the first guys that hit me up. So we started bouncing references back and forth. And he sent back 2 tracks, and this was the first one, and I fell in love with it. I knew I just wanted a song that I could vent on and a beat that gave me enough room to do that. And it came together super dope. Like, I couldn't be prouder of how the song turned out. I needed a song to kind of tell where I was in life and kind of bring the listeners back up to speed. So Chapline just hit the nail on the head with it, man. I hope y'all enjoy listening to the song half as much as I enjoy making it. Peace.
Cause these people really love me more than most of you guys. So I'ma put your whole career up on the poster tonight. Backing you into a corner and getting reckless.